dear fellow survivor. I'm so honored you're here with me today because today I answer a question that every survivor before joining Music Can Heal Me coaching journey asked me. This question I had myself for years. And this question is, if I don't know where I'm going, how can I get there? In other words, if I don't know how to heal, how can I heal? Another question would be, if I don't know how to connect with my soul angel, who's the infinite soul of my loved one who has transitioned from physical matter to spiritual energy, if I don't know how to connect with my soul angel, how am I supposed to heal? And there's so many questions, and they all stem from the same confusion mode of being purposeless, right? When you don't have a purpose, you don't know where you're going, which direction you're headed, then of course we're going to remain confused, and this confusion is going to build up even more, right? So where we place our attention, we place our energy. So if we keep focusing on the fact that we're confused, if we keep focusing on the fact that we're lost and purposeless, and then we're just going to grow that some more, and it's going to become this insurmountable mountain of energy. But really, that's just stuck energy. All we have to do is start moving this energy into some clarity, into some light, into some purpose. So, I always ask people, why are you wanting to heal? Right? Because if we know the what and the why, we no longer need to worry about the how or when, because that's what keeps us confused and stuck. Right? So let's forget right now about the how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, because that is what keeps us stuck in confusion mode. Right? Grief has nothing to do with time. There's no timeline to grief. So if we start focusing more on what do I want to achieve and why do I really need to achieve this, then the how and the when will come up as we take action steps on the what and the why. Right? I'll give you an example. So for years I was purposeless, right? And I would just engage in short-term fixes, and it didn't need to really move the needle in terms of, hey, I reached this goal today, I got to this milestone today, I made this progress today. There was no progress, there was no goal, there was nothing to track. And then I realized, well, maybe that's why I'm just confused. Maybe that's why I'm just purposeless. Maybe I have to make this about something bigger than just healing myself, because really, when we don't want to heal ourselves, what do? Right? I don't know, just binge watch movies or series or whatever you do, right? Browse mindlessly the web, right? We just engage in escapism, right? There's no healing habits involved. But, my purpose became, well, if I can heal myself, I made it about bigger than just me. If I can heal myself, then I can help others do the same. Then you know what that did? That gave me a what, that gave me a why. What do I want to do? I want to heal. Why? So that I can help others do the same. And when this purpose became bigger than just me, when I wanted to give up, when I wanted to not do my progress step one day or 2 days or a week or a month, I always had this in the back of my mind. Why am I doing this? To help others do the same. Right? Not just my loved ones, but you. Right? And this is what gave me purpose. This is what gave me direction. This is what fueled my soul into action mode, into let's make progress. Let's track progress. Right? For years I've been keeping a journal of everything I do that's helpful, everything I do that's not helpful. Right? My thoughts, my emotions, my actions. And there's a purpose behind this journal keeping, right? It's so that I can keep track of my journey. So that, again, it all ties back to, why am I doing this? To help others, right? So many times when I'm sharing, it's from my journals, right? It's coming straight from my purpose, right? Sometimes I might share stuff about years ago. Sometimes I might share stuff about this week, right? But it doesn't matter. It's all tied to the purpose. So find your purpose. It's more than just getting better. Because if it's just getting better, that's why you're stuck. That's why you're confused. That's why you're lost. That's why you have no direction. Make it about something bigger than you. Make it about helping others, because when we help others, we help ourselves, right? So if you have kids, if you have family, if you have other survivors around you, right? Support groups, anyone, make it about, if I help myself, then I can help others, right? And when we have this in our mind and in our soul, well, there's fire in our heart. There's a purpose. So find it today. Make it today. Make that commitment. And then let it guide you wherever it'll bring you. And you'll see, you'll make a lot more progress if you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. And you'll also see that if you keep going with this progress, then you're going to see, oh, wow, I know how to do it now, right? I did my research, or it just popped up, synchronicities, and then we don't need to wonder about when will it happen, because it's happening right now. It's happening every time I take action, right? It's not like, you see my calendar here, when will I feel more healed? No, we feel more healed every time we do a healing habit. We feel more healed every time we share. We feel more healed every time we help others. And we feel more healed when we act based on our purpose, when we're fueled by our purpose. That's how we heal, day by day. So my dear, dear fellow survivor, I'm losing my words. This is coming straight from here. I hope that you do find your purpose today. Don't wait. Don't wait until tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Find your purpose today. Make it a solid commitment. And yeah, sure, there'll be days where, it doesn't fuel your actions. But guess what? There'll be days while it fuels your actions and you make so much progress that you'll never forget your purpose and you'll never forget why you're healing. So do it right now. Make that commitment to yourself now. I say this with all my heart, my dear fellow survivor. Please take good care of yourself, and may you be filled with music and heal.